Good afternoon. My name is Kelly, and I have Kelly Ann here with me today. So I'm gonna start talking about the spine. The spine, when we're lying on the mat, it gets to settle, it gets to relax into the floor. Eventually, if you were to be here and just start moving your spine, rolling your spine, you would eventually restore the natural curves of your spine. I love to do my morning practice lying on my back, getting into my core, just by subtle movements. So we're gonna start with pelvic tilts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this block, I'm gonna have her put it between her knees and squeeze it. We want the knee right over the ankle. This is a line of energy here. And we're gonna get into the feet. And we're gonna just take a moment to spread and lift the toes to feel and get into the four corners of each foot. So on an inhale, I'm gonna have her take her hands onto her hips. And in order to find neutral pelvis, we want to have like a lumbar curve, a natural lumbar curve in our lower back, and the two hip bones in a straight line, like 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So on an inhale, I'm going to stay right here in this neutral pelvis. On an exhale, really deep exhale, we're going to imprint. The low back pushes down into the floor, and it's like the tailbone lifts up and curls towards the knees. So on an inhale, let's find neutral pelvis from here. And a big exhale, imprint the low back, curl the tailbone up, and do that a couple more times. This subtle movement is gonna start to awaken our core muscles inside between navel and pelvic bone, and it's gonna start to loosen up her lower back. I'm gonna have her, I like to start with my morning with 25 of these. It's a great way to wake up your abs. So take just a few more of these, synchronizing the breath to each movement and squeezing this block the whole time. It's like a little zipper from the ankle right up into the pelvis. With back pain, often it stems from inner thighs being weak, which is our adductor muscles. They get weak from sitting. Our hip flexors get weak from sitting. Everything gets short, compressed, and contracted if we sit in a chair for extended hours every day. So on an inhale, we're gonna go up into a low bridge. We're gonna start with a baby bridge, so our arms are gonna be down, my hands are. So take an inhale. On your exhale, you're gonna go into that imprint, and you're gonna peel and lift. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. So the breath that runs in and out through the nose, in yoga we call this Ujjayi breathing, ocean breath. I'm gonna have her continue to squeeze this block, taking about 5 more breaths here. With each exhale, you can see the front ribs sink to the back ribs. So this is more of a Pilates bridge than a yoga bridge. So the way I fuse the breath, the yogic breath, with the Pilates bridge, it's like an angle from knee right down into the armpit. If I were to put like a marble, it would just roll right into her armpit. But I'm gonna have her keep her hips up, and I have her take an inhale, and I'm gonna have her lengthen down, take 3, maybe 5 breaths, rolling those bones, back of the ribs, all the way down. What we're doing is we're lengthening and breathing and creating space from armpit to hip. As soon as she hits the mat, I'm just gonna have her take a pause and close her eyes and just feel the weight of her bones and the muscles gravitating to the ground. So we have the natural curves of our spine. There's a nice inward curve at the neck. This is the cervical spine. And you can't really see it that much, but she has her pelvis in a neutral position. I can like stick my fingers under there. That means there's a lumbar curve there. So we're gonna do that again. So we take an inhale, rock forward. Exhale, imprint. And take 2 more pelvic tilts like that. Inhale. And exhale. And often when we're focused on the lower portion of the body, sometimes we clench our jaw. So we always want to sort of tune back into the jaw and just notice if you're clenching up in the jaw or the shoulders. Take another deep breath in and a very slow exhale, and start to peel your way up, keeping the shoulders down. Continue to breathe in and out. hugging that block. It's as if length through the tailbone up and out towards those knees. The shoulders stay relaxed. The gaze is either up to the ceiling or the eyes are closed here. Good. Take 2 more breaths like this. Nice job. Perfect. With each exhale, I can see her sinking, her belly button sinking towards the spine. And that's going to get her deep into those transversus abdominis muscles. Nice breathing. Take an inhale. On that next exhale, just roll down a little bit. I'm going to come up over here. And I'm going to peek at this side of her body as well. I'm just going to make sure she's even on both sides. And she's doing nice, long, deep breathing, taking her time, coming back down to the mat. For this next one, I'm going to take this strap, and she can do this on her own at home, but I'm going to do it for her. So I'm going to slide the strap under between her bottom and her heels, and I'm going to have her turn her palms open, holding the strap with your hands. With the palms up and the knuckles down, it gets the chest and the shoulders and the lungs to start to expand and open. So as you pull that strap, imagine you could pull it apart in 2. Now we're going to go up again. Take an inhale, squeeze the block, and lengthen up. Take your time. Follow each breath in and out. So now when we have the strap, the shoulders open, the chest expands. Nice deep breath. You're doing wonderful. So take about 3 more breaths if you can here. I always encourage people to listen to their body. If they need to come out of the pose at any time, come out, and then you can always go back into it. The breath is the key. It's like the favorite key to unlock the door. If you're not using your breath, you're actually not in your body. It's really about the breath connecting into the body. So as we breathe, we're expanding front and side and back body. We always want to get into the back body. We can never see what's back there, but you can breathe into it and you could feel it. So take an inhale, and when you're ready, we're going to make our way down slowly. Take your time coming down. I think I heard a little pop. All right, keep breathing, breathing. And I encourage people to take pauses and remember to pause, remember to, it's honoring your body when you take a little pause as you come down. So this is my back pain series of exercises that I created to get people to really open up the back and engage those core muscles. So what we're gonna do now is I'm just gonna take the block out. We're gonna remove the strap as well. So you're gonna take your feet as wide as the mat. And relax your arms with the palms up. You're just going to drop your knees to the right and look to the left. And now we're going to synchronize breath to movement. So the inhale, the knees and the head come to center. And with each exhale, the knees go one direction, the head goes the other. And continue this movement as you breathe. And this elongates this deep inner hip flexor muscle, the psoas muscle inside, and it softens the back of the body. And this pose truly cleanses the kidneys and the adrenal glands, because when you move side to side, you can really get the breath into the back. So on your next breath in, you're going to come up. And remember, take a pause here on this side and focus on breathing down this whole right side body and getting the breath into the right kidney. And a lot of the practice is about visualization, like really visualizing that your breath is cleaning out the body, the organs, the kidneys, and the adrenal glands. So on your next breath in, you're going to bring your knees up, and I'm going to let you go a little faster. I'm going to let you go at your own pace. I'm going to let your breath guide you. And you could feel free to hang out from side to side. You could feel free to go a little faster. And if you're following this video at home, you can do your own your own a rhythm. It's like a rhythm with your breath. Depending on how I'm feeling, sometimes I rest on each side, taking a few breaths on each side. And depending if I feel like if I'm cold, I'll move a little quicker, because if it's cold, when we move faster, we generate heat. So we're gonna take one more like this on each side here. And from here, we're gonna go right into the stomach series and Pilates. There's 5 exercises in the Pilates stomach series. So on an inhale, we're gonna start with the lower and the lift. We're first gonna bring the knees over the hips with the shins parallel. Now, there's a line from hip to knee. There's an imaginary wall here, and then there's a line like a tabletop with the shins. Now, if somebody has really tight hamstrings, I would have them keep their legs and knees bent like this. But I'm gonna see how, when she lifts her legs up to the sky, how she feels in her hamstrings. Can you lift your legs up? Yeah, yep. And I'm just gonna have her get into her feet, pointing the toes, rolling the ankles, wiggling the toes, and take a few breaths like this. Good. So for lower and lift, we're gonna take the hands behind the head, cradle the hands with the head, or cradle the head with the hands. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, you're gonna nod your chin to your chest. We're gonna come up into what we call curling. So the ribs move down, so the front ribs move down to the back ribs. So this is a curl. So in Pilates, we always want to think less is more. As you move your legs forward to this wall, you're inhaling, you're trying to keep your pelvis stable so the core is doing the work and not the back. On your next exhale, you're gonna lift those legs back up. Good. We're gonna keep the upper body lifted the entire time. Those ribs move down, so it's a nice high crunch. Take an inhale, the legs move out, and exhale, they lift. Yep, it's a subtle movement. Inhale, reach. Exhale, they lift. Go for 5 more. See how high you can keep that curl. Ribs move down. Good. 2 more of these. Inhale and exhale. Good. 1 more. Now on your exhale, you're gonna lift your legs and then lower the head, and then bend the knees and bring the feet down. Good, just take a moment, rock it out. You can take your arms out. Nice job, yeah. Feel free to shake it out in any way that feels natural. Yeah, there you go. So we're gonna go into the second exercise in the stomach series. We're gonna do scissors. So we're gonna lift the legs up to the sky. Take a breath in. You're gonna try reaching your 2 hands up onto your right ankle. Yeah? And we're gonna alternate the legs. So inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. She's keeping that nice high curl, and she's alternating. Good, go for 8 and exhale. 7, exhale. Inhale, exhale, breath in, out. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Reach the legs up, lower the head, bend the knees, bring the feet down. Just take a moment to move in any way that feels natural to you. So the next one is the single leg stretch. So on an inhale, I'm gonna have you bring your knees over your hips. So the option here is if your head and neck and shoulders get fatigued in this pose, you always wanna bring your hands to hold your head. So let's start with the hands on the head, cradle the head, nod your chin to your chest, come back up into that high curl, and maintain that high curl. I'm gonna have you draw your elbows in slightly. Good. Now, if you can maintain this high curl, take an inhale here, really high curl, ribs down. See if you can come up a little bit higher. Good. All right, so single leg stretch. I'm gonna have her hold her head so she can keep that curl. So reach your right leg or one leg up and out, and then switch. And think up and out like a 45-degree angle, and bend the knee and kick and reach, and go for 8 and switch and reach and switch and breathe. Exhale, inhale, exhale, 5, exhale, 4, exhale, 3, 2, good, 1. Come to center and lower down. Take a pause here and rest. Good, just take a moment, turn your head side to side. So we're gonna go into double leg kick. Double leg kick is harder because we're moving both legs out. The legs are heavy, they're like a set of weights. So on your inhale, you're gonna bring your knees up over your hips. I'm gonna have her hold her head with her hands, not her chin, bring the ribs down. So 2 legs go up and out, inhale, and then they bend, exhale. Inhale, they reach, and then exhale, they bend. Good, go for 8, and bend, and 7, exhale, inhale, exhale, good. Nice job, keep that high curl, chin up, head up, ribs down, 1 more, and reach, good, bend the knees, bring the feet down, lower the head, shake it out. How we doing? Good. All right. We got 1 more in this. This is 5 exercises in the stomach series. So it's all about the core and the abs and the stomach. And so on an inhale, we're gonna do the last one. It's called crisscross. I see people doing this like a lot of movement, so it's isolated. We want to think this Pilates box, we call it, from hip to armpit. There's a box here. Now we want to try, when we're doing the crisscross, is to not shorten our box. So on an inhale, bring your knees over your hips, and we're going to bring the hands to cradle the head. Take a breath in. Exhale, nod your chin to your chest, ribs down. So when you twist in your reach, you're gonna inhale, you're gonna take your right armpit to your left hip and reach that right leg out, and switch and reach. Good, and switch, and nice job. So we're maintaining space and length, and the head never goes down, and we reach the legs out and switch and go for 3. And nice job, switch and reach for 2. And this is gonna be the last one. Come back and then switch and then lower, bring the feet down, lower the head, nice job, shake it out. And slow breath in, nice job, exhale. All right, so let's just take a moment to rest and relax. All right, so we're gonna go into a roll up from here. So I'm gonna have you lengthen your legs. Flex your feet. All right, I'm just gonna talk about rib cage placement from here. When we breathe in, we wanna feel the ribs expand, and when we exhale, we wanna drop the back of the ribs down. Nice job, the belly sinking down as well. So for roll up, this is one of those exercises that we roll up and we roll down. Takes a lot of core to roll up. It's not easy to do this. So in an inhale, you're gonna lift your arms up to the sky. Pause here, exhale. Feel your shoulder blades meet the floor, like ground your shoulders down, your shoulder blades. Good, take an inhale here. On your exhale, you're gonna lift your head, nod your chin to your chest, come back up into that curl. Take another deep breath. You're gonna try pulling and rolling up. Breathe, breathe, breathe the whole way. What we want to do is we want to ground those sits bones, put that natural lumbar curve in the lower back, take an inhale, and then we're going to tuck and roll down. Curl that tail, roll down, continue to breathe slow and steady. We're going to do it again. Take an inhale, exhale, chin to the chest, peel up. You can pause and breathe here, and then take another deep breath and peel your way all the way up. Now this time, I'm gonna have her do what we call a spine stretch. So take an inhale, you're gonna pull the ribs back, pull the front ribs back, and you're gonna imagine there's a ball inside your belly, and you're gonna come up over the ball so your spine goes into a flexion. Nice job. Shoulders stay down the back, and that's the challenge. Inhale and exhale. Keep pulling that rib cage in and up, pull the belly in and up, and like round over the legs. Good. Take an inhale here. And then you're gonna stack up the spine, flex the feet, take an inhale, curl that tail, and tuck and roll back down. Continue to breathe in, continue to breathe out, lower the head last, good. All right, we're gonna do 1 more of these. Take an inhale here, and exhale, just soften into the floor. Nice job. So you set up for the pose by reaching the arms up, take a breath in, and a really long exhale. The chin lifts, the head lifts, and the ribs move down. This is called curling. She's got a really nice curl right there. Take an inhale, And on your exhale, you're gonna pull your way all the way up, sitting up on those sits bones. When she comes up, she's gonna put that natural lumbar curve in the lower back. Take a breath in. We're gonna go back into that spine stretch. So it's like you're pulling your ribs in and back, tuck that tail, and come up over an imaginary ball inside your belly. And this is like always happens with everybody, where the shoulders stay in the ears. We want to try to draw them down the back body. Keep that ball inside the belly. 2 more breaths, in and out. Yep, you got it. Take an inhale and a really long exhale. And on your next inhale, you're going to stack your spine from bottom to top. Good. Pause here. Inhale. Exhale, curl that tail and come rolling down the spine. Taking as much time, continuing to breathe. The head is the last thing that goes down. Good. Take an inhale here and bend your knees, plant your feet down to the floor. You can give yourself a hug here, wrap your hands around your shins to rock it out here. And in our sacrum, we have 6 joints in our sacrum. They start wide at the top, and when we draw these circles, the circling of the knees around the hips, rotating the knees, it hits all those 6 joints in the sacrum. It's like a little massage inside your sacrum. Yep, and do one more each direction. Good, nice job. All right, we're gonna bring the feet down to the floor. And just take a moment to close your eyes and relax. And feel the natural curves of your spine, resting and noticing. Just notice how you're feeling here. And observe without judging.